What bit?
25.
25 people.
87.
Give me every 100.
150.
150.
237.
Hmm. Hi, Claire. I'm sorry I didn't have the chance to call you.
301.
Can they see the mountains, babe?
Yep.
That's,
That's much better.
huh?
It's much better with the window down, but it's noisy.
No, I'll put it up in a minute. You want me to clean your windows and
Nah.
check the air and... Excuse me.
400.
Copy. Germany. Germany? Thank you. Thank you. And they're all in position, right? Thanks. 5, you say?
Mm-hmm.
These guys couldn't be any stupider, could they?
There's a beep or noise outside.
The Democrats want to know what's going on. Go back to your basement. How many you got, babe?
6.
600. Okay.
Sound check.
Somebody said sound check?
I'm saying sound check.
Yeah, sound check. If you guys can let us know, how does the sound come across? I think that this is probably the best way to do this.
Perfect.
What about this sound? Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. They couldn't be any stupider, could they? I have 65 power. I should be able to do it there. There's this thing scratching. What do they say about this window open?
It's not better noisy now.
What? But it's prettier. Look. This is Waianae.
Very stupid.
West side
Too
for you.
noisy.
Huh?
Some say it's too noisy. All they hear is traffic.
West side for all you Hawaiians. We on the west side. Represent. Sunday. We don't need Sunday. We don't need Monday. We don't need. What was yesterday?
Monday.
What?
Monday.
Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. Greetings, family. Welcome to another one of your Frank 26 UB2Bs.
In the car.
In the car. It's good to be with you. Those are the Waianae mountain range. Very pretty. It extends all the way around us. We're sitting in a park right now. Let me see if I can turn and look at you. Hi. So you say that the sound is okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I welcome you to another one of our UB2Bs. Today is the 7th, I think, 7th of January, 2020. Everything that we say tonight is strictly my opinion. We're not giving you a date. We're not giving you a rate, okay? Holy cow, I feel like a salt shaker.
I know.
Look at that.
I know.
Look at that.
I know.
Look at that. I don't know if they can see all that.
No.
Look at that. It's just raining. Look at, there's no end to it, Jan. Good God, look at that.
They said they can see.
Holy cow.
It's salt in your
Talk about dandruff, huh?
salt and pepper here.
Can you imagine being, oh, look at, oh, my arm. Being out on the deck. How you doing, baby?
It's not snow, it's sand.
Yeah, no, it's sand. We were out on the beach and we were looking for the whales. And out of nowhere, this big blast came and just covered us with sand. Anyways, listen, family, again, no date, no rate. It's my opinion. I welcome you to our study of the Iraqi dinar. And the first thing I suppose that we need to cover is what's happening now, acutely. I don't know what's wrong with Iran. I think that the evil part of Iran, not the citizens, not the poor, there are some Iranian politicians that are actually good, that love their people in their country. And they're probably the first ones that are saying, who pushed the button? Who launched those 20, 30 missiles? Are you kidding me? Hey, America, hey, everybody, hey, we ain't got nothing to do with these knuckleheads that say they run our country. And that say they run the country of Iraq. Yeah, I feel bad, I suppose, for the good leadership, for the citizens of Iran. But these bad guys that claim, authority in Iran and in Iraq, they're on a suicidal mission. Dashish melted away. Melted away like an ice cube on a hot skillet, gone. Dashish, ISIS, the same thing, got cornered. Gone, eradicated. And Iran, also part of it as well too. They are on a suicidal mission, I suppose. These leaders, you know why? Because they got no hope. They got no future. They know there is no answer. What? They're going to make a deal with the United States of America? No. They'd much rather die. So be it. So be it. And that's what they're doing. They're announcing to the world, I'd like to invite you to my funeral. What they did was again like mosquitoes at a picnic. A little child kicking you in the back of the leg because he wants your attention. What they did was very primitive. They're third world. They're a third world environment country, but they try to act like they're more than that, and they're not. They should come to the table. They should be humble. They should surrender. They should talk, and there could be a part for them. But no. So, like a little child, they launch a bunch of rockets, a dozen, about 20 to 30 of them. And the sad thing is that they don't even know how to launch them. Push the button. Where's it going? I don't know. Let's find out. Okay. Boom. Whoa, let's do another one. And, they go crazy to the button. Push them up. And they launched a bunch at once. And they mainly landed in areas that, they might have hit a few camels. But I'm not trying to be, facetious about this. This is serious. We have our children out there protecting us, protecting the Iraqis and Iranians. And for these knuckleheads to do this random firing off without any, calculated responsibility, that's just simply a suicidal invitation. So, what's the next step? Unfortunately, something small is getting a little bigger. A little bigger. As long as they don't give them Viagra, I guess we'll be all right. But we got to keep this small, man. So, how do you keep it small? Hit them. When? Now. How? Quickly. How much? Hard. Everything you got. Remember I told you about the number. And yesterday on our UB2B, God, what was that? A disaster? UB2B worked, then live stream didn't work, then the singing after the sing that didn't work, and then afterward, then we go back to UB2B, and where is there? And all the phone calls can be, where are you? I can't find you. Whoa, man, I was going. I hope I came across with some dignity and kept afloat. But yeah, these knuckleheads have forced the President of the United States of America to do something about small that might get a little bigger. But if we can deal with it quickly, it won't get that big. And I believe the President is going to do that. I know the Democrats are asking, hey, what's going on? Honestly, right now, none of your business. You see, you've shown 3.5 years of not supporting the President. What, you're going to support him now? Kindly just step out of the way. We know how you feel about them. In fact, how you feel about the President. In fact, Nancy, I got to pee. You're out there passing legislation to remove the power from the President? Ma'am, that's mutiny. That's all that is. Anyways, good luck to you, Nancy P., because you're not going to remove any power. If anything, I believe that President Trump will be empowered in ways that maybe a president hasn't. Not now, but in the coming years. You see, he still has 5 years. Anyways, Mr. President, I suppose you're going to hit them, and they're going to hit them hard. And when I talked to you about the number 5, I gave you the example yesterday about 3 of those number 5s. May I give you a 4th one about number 5? There are earthquakes that are occurring in that region, especially in Iran. Boom, boom, boom. These earthquakes are of the 5 Richter scale. They show you a pattern if you know what you're looking for. In my opinion, the nuclear capability of Iran is deep, 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 deep in the ground where the faults are that create caverns and caves that may have some things that we don't want. So desperation, just fire off them rockets, man. They're blowing everything up. I don't know. This whole call is in my opinion. So when all of these earthquakes go off in Iran, deep in the ground at a same Richter scale level, yeah, that's why I told you about our bombs. Thank you, Boeing. What's up? There are many things we can talk about. I went into chat about an hour and a half ago, and I posted 4 missiles because they pinged and they let us know. So we looked it up, and boom, 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 they were coming in, and so they took off for cover. But then the articles come out, and you see them right away. And breaking news about an hour and a half later, there it was. For those of you that belong to premium, sometimes you have an advantage, don't you? Something small. It's got to stay small. We have a gentleman on our forum by the name of David Wilder. Greetings, sir. David Wilder, you cracked me up when you made the post today. Well, a war between the United States and Iran would be like a Mike Tyson fight. A Mike Tyson fight. I'm going to get you. I'm going to beat you. What was that? 3 seconds? That's a record. God almighty. Somebody give him some salt and pepper just to wake him up, man. And Iran ain't going to know what hit them because they don't even know what's hitting them right now, in my opinion. So there are a bunch of, like I said, Keystone cops running around all over the place, bouncing into each other, not knowing what to do. And they're doing desperate things because they know that there is no recourse. There is nothing else. Look who's calling. Unbelievable. There is no other choice. There is no recourse. There's nothing that they can do. Nothing. Oh, look at that beautiful little dog. There's a little doggy there. There he is. So anyways, I pray that the citizens of Iran and Iraq are safe. I pray our children are safe that are defending us over there. It's not, I don't like war. Nobody likes war. Our president doesn't like war. But these knuckleheads seem to crave it because they know that that's the only solution, to die with honor. Honor. You stupid. This is not honorable. This is disgraceful. And the whole world sees it, and so does our God. Whatever God you worship. Anyways, they said this is in honor of Soleimani, or Soleimani. What am I? See? Already forgotten. I don't know his name anymore. It's in honor of him, Soleimani. Okay. Good. Fine. So anyways, now what I want to do, I'm not going to keep you very long. What I want to do is I want to take you to our Firefly. Let's start with yesterday. We will start right here about 2:30 something in the morning, and I'll go ahead and just give you a quick little glance. And what we're about to see is the evolution of emotions. That have occurred within the last 48 hours in Iraq by our friends because of the stupidity, the real sick stupidity of the Iranian regime. Oh, for God. Family, I'm so sorry. This phone is insane. I barely touch it, and it just jumps all over the place. I don't like you. You're worse than Livestream. You know what? I said I was going to start you at that time. No, let me take you even further back. Let's go further back. We're going to go all the way back to Sunday. Here, let's start right here. And what happened was that the Iranians paid off their people and said, hey, get out there and start saying death to America, death to America. And of course, the stupid, irresponsible media grabs it and says, oh, yeah, look at, it's a disaster for America in Iraq and in Iran. No, idiot. Iran sending one. Iran on television saying death to America and death to Trump. Sunday, 7 a.m. in the morning. Sunday, 11:43 in the morning. Mr. Frank, Iranian missiles rule Iraq. It's obvious today they're threatening lives of the parliament members to vote out foreign troops, and they vote, yes, because the Iranian militants, they rule Iraq, they rule us, Mr. Frank. I'm not only going to continue working in Jordan, but I'm going to move my entire family out of Iraq to go to Jordan. Hezbollah will never allow Iraqi citizens to enjoy our wealth because, you see, they know that their wealth is coming because Iran steals it daily and has key people and key positions to prevent it from ending. So you can see that the attitude is very desperate, very desperate. So I respond to him and I said, hey, no, I mean, come on, not for long. This is just like all the other things I've told you. Wait, but they can't. They got to run for their lives. Not for long. Everything I have told you has come to pass. Based on my opinion, Iran is about to lose Iraq. And then, bless his heart, and he says, okay, fine, but we're packing. Fine, we're packing. Yeah, I said, God bless you. Father is not willing to move with us, but with all of our members. But we will be coming. The rest of my family will be coming with me. We're hearing a lot of others are now leaving after today's actions. Again, it's amazing how 48 hours things are different, and especially after one of our UB2Bs, I hope. So I told him, look, within hours to within days, in my opinion, you will change your mind. But for now, I pray for you, and whatever you do, you are still under the fear. You're still under the fear that Iran is in control. They are not, Eddie. And I have proven to you that we are in control. Every time that you tell me that Iran is doing something to Iraq, I tell you, wait. And after time goes by, you understand. But right now, there are no words to bring you comfort because they scared you with the fake and false vote. It's not a real vote. It has no jurisdiction. You really think that America is listening to their... By the way, yesterday, I caught myself using words that I shouldn't have. I'm sorry. In front of God, in front of you, I don't need to use words that I shouldn't use, and I humbly apologize because I used about 3 of them yesterday, and that was embarrassing to watch myself. One day I will have my life reviewed in front of me. I mean, I hope I'm not too embarrassed in front of God. So I apologize. So allow me to tell you that I will try my best to clean up my language. It's not easy to gather intel. We're not saying to each other, hey, pretty please, would you kindly go and send that man and put him in harm's way for me so I can find out some information? No. No, we talk very straightforward. Listen, you
kind of lost part of your view here.
You stupid.
Like that whole parking lot, why right here?
So anyways, you think that America is listening to their BS votes that are worthless because that government is just a caretaker government? They're dead. They're a caretaker government that is simply going about the daily functions of the government. They're not capable of passing and voicing anything. Anyways, Mr. Frank, busloads are leaving everywhere. But here, even we're seeing the younger people, Iraqis that are protesting in groups. They're leaving. They are small buses from the center of town. They're all leaving. Eddie, those are the ones that were bussed in. Why do you think they left in the same buses? They're jerks. And I say to him, God willing, they... I don't want to read that to you. So then he says, Mr. Frank, it's dangerous here. Sirens all day from the rockets. Everyone is trying to stay far away from the U.S. Embassy area. But those rockets that land all over, the place are landing all over the place at different times, Mr. Frank. Of the last 5 missiles, only 3 landed by the embassy. Others landed on houses, killing many of us civilians. He sends me this video that Iran was pumping into Iraq, trying to voice, their authority. Idiots. Iran vows revenge as it unfurls red flag of war after American execution of their Solo Mahabig hobo, whatever, meanie. Yeah. And of course, today they acted out their vengeance. They sent these rockets, but they sent them in areas where, by the military bases, mainly in desolated areas. Why would you do something like that? Because they don't know how to fire these rockets. They fired them at the bases. But in my opinion, the hand of the Lord allowed them to land away from danger for us. Mr. Frank, in this video you see Mahdi and Sadr, jerks, and all the Iranian puppets walking in the funeral procession, waving at the people like they're important. I say to him, Eddie, in my opinion, they are waving goodbye forever. And they just don't know it yet. And I'm sorry that Iraqi citizens have to taste hell right now. But in my opinion, paradise is coming. Mr. Frank, 2 more dead, 6 more hurt. And then he gives me the stuff and so forth. Mr. Frank, United Nations holding emergency session Monday on Iran and Iraq situation about the rockets killing civilians. They can hold the sessions, but it's only for documentation. It's not for anything that they're going to do. I said, I said to him, you know what? What's there to meet about? Eddie? What they mean to say is that it's now our turn. Watch the United States make their move. Well, it turns out that Iran made their move first, kind of like a pesky little mosquito, but unfortunately with the Nile virus in his blood. That little mosquito, oh my goodness, can kill a lot of people, huh? Sunday morning, Mr. Frank, there was a report on television that the HCL was all ready to go. I told you, Eddie, and now there's a report that it was ready to go. And what I say, come on, man, be fair. Of course this is a sneeze that stops the heart for a second to protect everybody, to protect the HCL. Yeah, of course we don't have the budget yet. Of course we don't have the rate yet, but it's still happening. How? They're telling you about it. What they telling you, Eddie? Well, on here. So what's up, bro? What's up, Eddie? Tell me. Well, Mr. Frank, there was a report on the television that the HCL was all ready to go, but with conflicts, it's just going to be held until the next prime minister, until the next new prime minister in 3 months. Eddie, they got the prime minister, but we're not going to announce it on your television. Your people are doing it. Until the next prime minister in 3 months. Hint. That's end of March, Mr. Frank. Eddie. Okay. One Eddie, nothing for Frank. That's the end of March, Mr. Frank. Report says that the HCL is waiting in the budget, which all will be addressed under the new prime minister after the next 3 months. Okay, fine. I give up, Uncle. Okay, I don't care. 3 months. They're telling you, the HCL, which needs a new rate in order for it to function. How can the HCL function with a program rate, right? So I don't care. 1 month, 1 week, 3 months, 3 days, 3 whatever. I don't care about the date. I care more about the rate that I don't talk to you about. But calculate. Actually recalculate. Mr. Frank, Trump threatens Baghdad with sanctions. Now, you see, this was yesterday, right? Now we're down to the last 48 hours. And notice that Eddie's smart enough to say, Mr. Trump didn't give a sanction. He threatened us. Of course he threatened you. We talked about it on the UB2B, didn't we? Yeah, the threats were mainly just to tell the Iraqi government that's still functioning in there, get rid of those idiots. You want us to put sanctions on you? No. Then help us arrest their... see, I almost did it again. Then help us arrest them. Okay. And they are. Mr. Frank, Trump threatens Baghdad with sanctions and says that we will not leave unless he pays for the American bases there. Just pay for dinner. It's okay. Pay for the cookies. Don't forget those. Maliki is on television saying there are 7 key... Who? Maliki? What do you mean? Change the channel. Okay. But what did he say? Is this a comedy channel? Yeah. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Mr. Frank Maliki is on television saying there are 7 key targets to be blown up that are all in the will of the murderer of the murdered Iranian general, and we will follow his wishes. Really, dude? This knucklehead in his will left 7 targets for you to hit in case he died? Can I just once curse? Can I just... You... Is this the Jahid stuff? Is this the ones that believe that when they die they're going to have, 98 versions waiting for them in heaven? Is that how that works?
Jihad.
The jihad? Is that what that is? You know what he's going to have up there? Hey, Soleimani! How you like that 90-year-old lady, huh? You got bad intel all the time, you stupid idiot. It's not a very good situation, Eddie, right now, because Iran is taking its last gasp and doing very desperate things. I will pray. Mr. Frank, President Trump says that if troops leave Iraq, they will be hit with sanctions like they have never been hit before, and will make Iran sanctions look like tame. And the government of Iraq will pay for all the airfields and the cost. It will be billions for the... Stop it! But Mr. Frank, stop it! Okay. Now we go with what we were going to start yesterday at 2 something in the morning. After I tell him, stop it! He's like, okay. On Iraqi television, they're saying that whoa. Serves up. Mr. Frank, on Iraqi television, they're saying that sanctions against Iraq are on the desk of the President of the United States of America and ready to be signed. But I told you, Eddie. But this is the next morning. We're down to the last half a day to catch up with you. On Iraqi television, sanctions against the President of the USA and ready to be signed. But he is giving the government a final chance to save itself of the most severe sanctions ever seen. In other words, Iraqi government that's still good, that's working with us, you know what to do. Help us to get rid of these guys, and they are. Mr. Frank, your president also had statements that Iraq would also have to pay for the air bases there. Its cost is in the billions. Now that the sanctions are coming, we hear even more Iraqi citizens plan on leaving already bad here with sanctions. It will simply be unbearable. No, unbearable. Sauder is really showing his Iranian influence, and he came up with like 7 points. You guys talk that way? And he came up with like oh my God, he came up with 7 points, and the first was forget the who Sauder. I thought Maliki did it. They both did it. Well, they're both bozos. They're both annihilated. Anyways, He came up with 7 points, and the first was that we wait to use military action at last resort to remove the U.S. troops in the. Guy crazy? Is this guy crazy? Military action by who? By who? And his other 6 points were all Iranian-backed propaganda. I told you, Eddie. You just got to trust me, and then you got to go to sleep. And then when you wake up, everything will be fine because Daddy took care of it. Yeah, 6-point propaganda. Yeah, it's garbage, garbage, garbage. Mr. Frank, the Parliament committee today comes out and they're saying that after hearing about the USA sanctions, if troops are pulled out, they say that they'll use the 2008 agreement. The 2008 agreement that is still in effect, and we stand committed to it, which basically says foreign troops are allowed in Iraq. The wording is a little different than the 2016 agreement, but the main thing is that the 2008 agreement is still effective. I roll my eyes because I thought you don't even have to use that. We still have an agreement with you guys, and sure enough, there it was. He mentioned in 2016, but there it is. What I tell you, hey, you remaining good Iraqi politicians. Help us! What? We got to get the rest of these idiots out of there. Okay, help us. What do you want? Help us arrest them, and they are. That's 3. Yesterday, 7. Here's 7. We're going to 7:45 in the morning, and here we go. Mahdi, okay. Mahdi with the United States of America ambassador. Where? On our television, Mr. Frank. Get out of here. I didn't even know we gave him an audience. What did he say? He's in a meeting and he's saying that they must speed up the removal of foreign troops as per the decision of Parliament and Halabusi. You liar! And under what authority? Bozo ministers. Under the and he is warning. Mahdi is warning of the grave issue. Of the grave issues, and warns against withdrawing foreign troops. But from Iraq. Oh, wait a minute! What the heck? Let me reread this. What's that?
I think it's Bass Face Ken. He pulled up in his bus.
Holy cow! Oh, look at the KKs all coming out. Oh, aren't they sweet? Oh, God bless them. May you have a good future. Change the world. Make a difference. I gave it my best shot. I passed you the baton. Oh, look at all these kids. Let me read this again because it looks like Mahdi is trying to say. I touched the microphone. Sorry. It looks like Mahdi's trying to save his gluteus maximus. I told you he would. Mr. Frank, Mahdi is with the USA ambassador on television right now, and he's in a meeting and he's saying they must speed up the removal of foreign troops as per the discussion of Parliament and Halabusi. Well, right there, that's garbage. So Maliki, you're lying. As per the decision of Parliament and Halabusi he is warning of the grave issues and warns against withdrawing foreign troops from Iraq. But Mahdi, the Iranian puppet, who is the resigned prime minister, saying foreign troops must leave. Sorry. Well, that's a mistake, Mahdi. Stupid. Mr. Frank, Iraqi activists are on television right now raising up against the corrupt parliament, saying they are all pro-Iranian and they must go, and saying the parliament must be torn apart. Didn't I tell you that? That's how you get rid of all the cockroaches. They'll all go. Then rebuild the damn thing. It's interesting that the corrupt parliament saying they are all pro-Iranian and must go, and saying the parliament must be torn apart before sanctions are placed on our country by America, which is already in bad shape economically. They're saying, Mr. Frank, that the corrupt parliament is raising a picture of the killed general in the Iraqi parliament, proving they all are pro-Iranians. You understand? This building, this parliament, you understand why I've been wanting for them to just knock it down now? That's their sanctuary. That's their stronghold. That's all that's left of the Iranian influence in Iraq. And these guys are hiding out in this area. And now they put up a big picture of his ugly, unsigned copy of the sanctions that will be imposed on Iraq, delivered to Chalet today. Just a warning. That's just a warning what's coming if they move USA troops. You see? So you see, it's amazing. 48, 24, down to 12 hours. You guys are caught up. You didn't have to leave. Come back. I tell them, look, it's sad that once again you had to leave, and I have to say that Iran is simply dead. You got to understand that. They know it too, and they tried to continue to be in charge of the Iraqi government when they are not, because they have resigned. They have been removed. They are a caretaker government that has no authority. But it is sad that Iraq and her citizens have to go through this garbage. Mr. Frank, Hezbollah, Hezbollah brigades saying if Trump does sanctions on Iraq, they will block all the Gulf oil in the channels. The internet is out again, Mr. Frank, in Iraq. Citizens are saying that they think that they found a new PM and I don't want to give you his name. Yesterday, early in the morning, Chevron oil company evacuates all employees from northern Iraq today due to the growing tensions in the area. That was smart, because today they fired off about 20, 30 random rockets. It could have hit them. U.S. troops are pulling out. Watch this. U.S. troops. Why don't you talk about this, Fox? U.S. troops pulling out of the green zone, and they're headed to the other areas of Iraq and to Kuwait. It's already started, and they're going from door to door. Demonstrators do not agree with the parliament decision because it was fake. You caught on. Congratulations. Now, Mr. Frank, I hear on our television that the United States of America is saying that they have no plans on leaving. This is so confusing. I understand it's confusing. You're not in the eye of the storm, you're in the storm. I understand. I love you. I pray for you. We all pray for you at KTFA. It's not confusing, I would say. It's not confusing. It's exactly as I told you. Now think twice before you leave. You should stay and take care of your family there. I will pray hard for your decision. Mr. Frank, urgent. It's just been blasted on our television. Secretary of State from the United States. Washington has no plans to withdraw from Iraq. That is the breaking news in Iraq right now, Mr. Frank, and we're all hearing it. Then he sends me this. This is a communication that is inside of Iraq. Dear world, Iraq government and Iraqi parliament don't represent Iraq. They represent Iran. We, the Iraqi people, want freedom. We want to be free from Iranian influence and its militia. We have been protesting against them since October, and it goes on and on and on and on. And basically, it's a documented report from the Iraqi citizens telling the world that we know who and what you are, Iran. And we know what you put in the streets to kill us, Iran. But we also know the United States is not leaving. Did you know that, Iran? But Mr. Frank, this is coming from the Iraqi citizens. They are trying to let the world know that it's not them, it's Iran saying and doing things that we don't want. We don't want the USA troops to leave. CNN. Excellent. This is what is needed to be done by you guys. Multiply this by 1,000-fold. Get on it, Eddie. Eddie, did you leave Baghdad? My family would not go with me. I'm in Jordan. I'm going to copy that. I pray for you. So sorry to bother you, but on our morning television, we see protesters giving the government until next Friday to appoint the prime minister that we have selected. We have picked, and or if they don't do this, Mr. Frank, we're going to get 1 million of us together, and we're going to march on the green zone, and we will protest and claim innocence and declare that the decision by Parliament was just illegal. That's right, my friend. That is 100% correct. That this is from a resigned prime minister with no authority. This is now starting today at 2:46 in the morning.
It just jumped.
What jumped?
Your page.
You booger butt! Oh, he just sent another report.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Hold on. Copy that. Please try to confirm. Stupid thing. I'm so sorry. Hold on, family. Copy that. Please try to confirm. Thank you. Did you move that, Jen?
No, it just got warm though.
Go hot. I'm hot.
You're very hot.
I'm hot. I'm hot.
People are saying that the president might do a speech tonight.
Might? What happened, babe? What did you do? You pushed the button, didn't you?
do anything.
You did something.
Nope.
You busted the air conditioner.
I
Babe,
did.
there's nothing coming out of the air conditioner.
Well, I don't know. I feel it now.
You see? I just fixed it. Your lip toe touched that button right there.
No.
No. Yes.
No.
No touchy.
No.
Okay. So where were we? What time in the morning was it?
2 something.
Yeah. 2:46 a.m. Today the protests are still in the streets saying 3 more days to deadline. No government giving us our PM that we paid to declare they were the end of the voting to name the USA as a terror. Okay. All right, let's do this. Today, the protesters still in the streets saying 3 more days to deadline on government giving us our PM that we picked, and we declare innocence of Parliament and consider all Parliament decisions illegal. Iran television showing their Parliament voting to name the United States of America as a terrorist group. and to put them on the list, and also Iran foreign minister going to expose names of Westerners who have taken bribes. Let me just enjoy this moment, okay? Nancy P. Biden, how are your sons doing? Hillary, Obama, how you guys doing? I told you to leave this alone. Let me just retract. Well, here you want read a little part of it there.
Oh, we're getting glare now. Do it this way. There we go.
They should be liking this. Foreign Minister, and he's helping about a little, and the parliament voting to name the United States of America as a terrorist group and to put them on a list. And also, Iranian foreign minister is saying that he's going to expose the name of Westerners who have taken bribes since the United States of America backed out of the deal. Many illegal activists on television right now, of course, they're a bunch of jerks. It's their last hurrah, their last beating of their chests. Many of them are activists saying what Parliament did, these guys, was illegal, and the caretaker government cannot do such actions. What I say? On television today, we see the United States of America preparing sanctions against us, and the list starts with freezing all oil revenues, though the United States, all oil revenues through the United States, it equals like 32 billion. Then all USA companies could not do any business with Iraq. They will pull out, and then USA will shut down the daily currency auctions. Will pull out, and then the USA will shut down the daily currency auctions, which will all destroy our dinar. Several others in the list as well. No, it won't. It's the opposite, Eddie. I don't know about Iran flying their red flags of doom on top of their mosque. We see more USA troops, and they are still guarding the green zone. The Kurds say they are not concerned about the parliament vote. There you go. You guys are smart. You're always way in advance ahead. They're not concerned about the parliament vote on truce because it's against the law. Isn't that amazing how the next day everything that we tell you on our UB2Bs, I mean, why didn't they tell you yesterday or the day before? What we're telling you, what they're telling you, what we told you, again, because it's against the law. However, they will fight. Hey, gurus, why didn't you say this? It's because it's against the law. However, they will file a complaint with federal court and block any move on the law. Good for them. Mr. Frank, Japan is sending troops to the region to protect their shipping in the Gulf. Many other countries will announce what they're doing too, Eddie. You guys are going to be surrounded. You guys are going to be so loved, so protected. You know how vital you are? You know how precious you are, Iraq? No, you don't. Boom! What was that? It was what? Another earthquake? 5 point. Yeah, okay. Protesters all over Baghdad, Mr. Frank, are saying that Parliament does not represent us. Citizens are against this part decision. On television, we see the United States of America, Pompeo saying in a statement, when will the Iraqi government stand up and protect citizens from the thugs of the Hezbollah? We, the citizens, agree with your Mr. Pompeo and ask why government not doing anything to anyone for the rockets that killed citizens last Sunday, because that government is a caretaker, and whatever is there, Eddie, is what's being arrested. While the monetary reform continues to go about its lava flow. Hey, this is just a sneeze, that's all. And it's still something small. Wait till you see what happens tonight. Our president is going to tell you that we're going to send an RSVP, a big one.
Ready, very stupid people.
Sorry?
RSVP, ready,
very ready.
No, that's not right.
RSVP.
No,
that's not right.
Oh.
Well, I didn't hear about the rockets that are killing citizens. And last Sunday, that Hezbollah fired toward the Green Zone, missing the embassy and hurting homes. Yes, Mr. Frank. Halabusi is saying now only the Shiites voted to expel. Oh, this is so good! I didn't know this. By the way, I haven't had a chance. That's why I was surprised about the about something, and now this. I just I speed read. I can look at something and I can read it quickly, and oh my goodness, I love what I'm about to read to you, Mr. Frank. Halabusi is saying that only the Shiites voted to expel the Americans. There they are. Those are the cockroaches. Those are the ones that are left. Voted to expel Americans, not the entire parliament, because the rest of the parliament is the good guys that we're working with to arrest these bad guys. Not the entire parliament. And an economist for Iraq says that if the United States put sanctions on Iraq, that would mean famine for Iraqi citizens, and demonstrations would be all over the streets, against America. We don't want sanctions, and we don't want what Parliament is saying, because Parliament does not represent them. Parliament does not represent them. To which I say, smile. Today at 8 o'clock in the morning, Parliament didn't... I just read. Mr. Frank, good morning. Parliament didn't even have enough for an official vote. The cockroaches ran. They didn't even have enough for an official vote anyway. Sunday needed 167 for the quorum, and they only got 130. Oh, shit. Hang in there. He just sent me something else and it jumped. Parliament didn't even have enough for an official vote anyways. Sunday needed 167 for quorum, only got 130 total was represented. So it wasn't legal anyways, any way that you look at it. Of course not. It's I say, Eddie, it's a resigned prime minister. It's a parliament that did not follow procedure by legislation to make a law, and it's a parliament not recognized because they are only a standby to do the daily functions, not to pass any laws. And then all of a sudden, around noon their time, Mr. Frank, 4 rockets just hit the camp in the north of Baghdad where the U.S. troops are housed. You okay? Is anyone killed? La 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 la. Give me more information. We're waiting. We're scrolling. It's at the bottom of our television screens. Copy. Okay. Mr. Frank, what? Look. And That's a referee, and it's a. At least you got a sense of humor, Eddie. After they scared the bejeebers out of you, huh? Everything's gonna be okay, buddy. It is honest. And you now know Iran has elected to receive. They're going to receive, and tonight you'll know how. And you see, our president wants them to know because the citizens of Iran have to take cover. Mr. Frank, some reports are saying that 30 Americans have been killed, but that's from Skybox News, and that's owned by Maliki. So more than likely it's just an exaggeration. I know. Try to confirm it. Mr. Frank, and this just came in as I'm talking to you when it jumped. U.S. America confirms no deaths. No deaths. That's Maliki Television mess reporting. I never believed that Skybox TV. That's kind of cool. Hold on a second. That's good news. Thank God. Also, I believe you should listen to our president tonight. Not only should Iranian citizens be prepared, but also you, Iraqis. In Godspeed, Eddie. Alrighty, family. That's what I wanted to share with you tonight. I hope you had a good time. It's not going to be pretty. And it's going to be quick. And it's going to be very, very 4th of July-ish. Very 4th of July-ish. The sky will be lit up. But more dangerous. And that's why, in my opinion, they had to test it before they do anything more serious. The undergrounds will be lit up. Let's pray for this whole situation, okay? I leave you in peace. God bless you. Thank you kindly for being with me tonight. How many do we have? Does the show take?
1.6.
1,600 of you. Thank you kindly for being with us. God bless you. Hey, by the way, my name is Frank. I go by Frank26 on the internet. My phone number, if you want to write it down. I love when someone calls me and like, I didn't know you were going to answer the phone. My name is Frank. My phone number is 419-283-2552. 419-283-2552. Many of you are trying to get into our forum and you don't follow directions. You go into ktfalways.com and up on top it says join now, or say you just click on it and username, password, and email. And then you click enter, but you don't wait. You have to wait 24 hours. You see, we have a lot of bad Russian and Chinese scammers, and they shut down our forum constantly. So we ask you, sign up, and then wait 24 hours to hear from us. If you don't, look in your junk folder, your trash bin. If you don't, you got my phone number. Call me. I'll get you in. It's free to join our forum. Inside our forum, we do have something called premium. You don't have to join that. It's $10 a month. If you can't afford it, call me. I'll give it to you. We have actually been telling people that have been holding it for months and years, listen, it's time for us to rotate and give it to other people that need it as well too. So feel free to call if you can't afford it. But and if you need help and you don't like PayPal and you want to just send a check, call me. You know my phone number, and we activate you instantly right there on the spot. That way you don't have to wait until we do it. And why do we wait 24 hours to let you into our forum? We want to make sure that the email you're using is not a spammer. We want to make sure that the username that you call yourself, it's not something silly or gross. You know what I mean? Anyways, and I had a phone call yesterday or a text yesterday. I can't remember. What was it? That lady that said, "Oh, thank you. I bought my dinars already. Thank you for your help." I go, "What was it? Was it a text?"
Just to let you know, no, I talked to her.
I couldn't believe it. We spent all that time telling her our broker's prices and how to order through us, etc., etc. And then she calls me the next day and she says, "Oh, thank you very much for your help. I ordered my dinars." From who? You didn't place it with us. "I ordered from la 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 la." "Oh, okay, bye-bye." Listen, I don't talk about it that often, but it is one of the ways I make a decent and honest living. I sell the currency with my broker. Right now, the Venezuela Boulevard is the latest one that we brought into our inventory for you. And yeah, and we sell circulated and uncirculated. Circulated in ours is for 1 million is $1,200. I messed up. Uncirculated is $1,200. Circulated is $1,050. They both have a $15 delivery charge. But anyways, enough of that. I just wanted to bring that up because I thought I don't talk about it that often, but I do need to pay my bills, and I'd appreciate your business. And I'm not here giving you a date. I'm not here giving you a rate, and I'm not here telling you, "Oh, you better buy." Stupid as that. I don't do those kind of things. I'm here to help you. I offer a service, and we're very dignified and honest. And all of you that have ever ordered from us before, you know that. Also, you don't know this either. Shh. Every time you buy dinars from us, like for example, 1 million dinars, you get about 1,000 dinars free. Yeah, I'm trying to seed as many good people as possible. Those are my personal reasons. Hey, enough of me, right? God bless you. Y'all take care of each other. Aloha. I don't know if I'll be with you tomorrow. Oh, maybe we will because of Will.
They're asking for walking sticks report.
Ah, thank you. Not good. Not the report. The report is probably going to be great, but I couldn't get a hold of him, which means that something's wrong. Please pray for our friend. And thank you for all of you that have decided to call us and to donate for his cause, for his medical needs. Thank you kindly. Y'all take care of each other, okay? I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Watch President Trump tonight, and after you hear what he says, prepare yourselves mentally and spiritually. Because in order to keep something small, it's going to require something very big. The United States of America. Aloha. Bye-bye.